Okay, give it a minute. Come on. Give it a minute. Shit. Come on. Let me grab some real quick. Give it a minute. What's up, everybody? Let me give it a few. What's up, Richard? Hit the like button. Thanks. I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? Let me give it a few. This should be fun. Okay. So, Dylan, how you doing, Dylan? I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? Let me give it a few. This should be fun. Okay. 12 years or whatever he was doing this a long time. I think you're referring to Mikey, I'm not sure. I don't know, you're bringing up paid for subscribers. I don't even know how to do that. I hear other, let me shut this up, damn it. I hear other guys, people talking about this person might have paid for subs, this or that. I don't even, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. You're talking about Dom, I understand. What's up, Kick Fakes? Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. And yes, I got your email. Yes, I got your email. I hear you. YouTube jail. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do that brought you to YouTube jail? I will say that my videos and my shorts and stuff, man, I'm having problems getting monetized with them now. I guess probably because one of the videos had music, or two of them like had music or something, I think. And then now they're just telling me about everything, but whatever. Wait, let me see. Which the videos had music? Okay, sounds not so bad. Okay. Let's just let me just see. Let me get a few more people in. I'm streaming from my house, and the house was built in '82, and this is the original paneling. And yes, it'll come down someday when I remodel. Yeah. The back room, as a matter of fact, was stripped, but it needs to be repainted. A lot of other stuff. Oh, comment they didn't like. Okay, I got you, Rob. I got you. So, yeah, let me go ahead and just start it, right? So yesterday I did a video about Mikey. I love my wife, hippie. I explained exactly in that video. I mean, I couldn't have done it. Well, my style of doing videos, I kind of go different places or lives. But I explained exactly how it came about and transpired. It was seeing a picture of Mikey, finding out that he's a Capo, whatever, and then knowing what I know, about him. I didn't do it for 2 days. And the reason I didn't was, as I said, because I felt like outing, whatever. However, it was already said in the video before. It was already brought up 2 years ago. I was going to say the video, then I'm like, screw that. Make them go search. Make them go search. It's for monetary reasons. I'm looking at the business perspective. But it was brought up a long time ago. And my biggest concern with that video, I don't care if people say this or that. You're not a convict. I can care less about any of that. I'm not in prison. I'm not committing crime. I'm not going back to prison, and I'm not putting people in prison. My biggest concern, and there was one person who brought it up, and it was a girl, Sophia something. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to read some comments. I'm going to give you guys some comments. Let me see how to do it first. Okay, boom. And that video didn't get monetized. That pisses me off. Shoot. Okay, hold on real quick. Let me do this. Okay. Boom. Down here. View all. Okay, yeah. This is the one that this is the comment that made, okay, where is she? Hold on. That sums up exactly. He must have smacked the shit out of me, huh? Yeah, okay. Damn, where is it? I didn't think it was that far back. Okay, anyway, it was Sophia something. And she said something to the fact about, well, she said wife and kids. The concern, the biggest concern I had really was the Mikey, I love my wife, because I said he was so stuck on his wife. And then that was what I was thinking if he was in a new relationship. That was the biggest concern that I had. And arguably still is. But it is what it is. So as far as anything else, nah. But if you guys feel some kind of way about it, like I said, you guys can vent. Any update on your friend from Carolina, the one who caught? Wait a minute. Hold on. Anyone geese to the agents? Are you, okay, so if you're talking about geese for trading papers, but you're saying Carolina, and that's what throws me off. So did I do a video and talk about something from somebody from Carolina doing that? That's what's got me thrown off, okay? Capote. I think that's how you say it. Okay, I'm waiting for the next comment. So there's a delay, okay? And it's easier for me to read the screen. Oh, there was a bunch of places. There was a bunch of places that said that. Well, I believe did Dom do a video about it? I think so. But just researching Google, something came across a YouTube channel, and I'm not even sure which one. And then I was like, wait a minute, okay. So, and that's what happened. I don't know if it was that dude Dom's channel or not. I'm not sure if that's where I saw what he said about him, but did he say he was a captain? Yeah, there was quite a bit of stuff on the internet about it. I think it came out of Gangland. Jerry Capici, who I can't believe is still living. But yeah, Jerry Capici, I believe that's where it originally came from. And that's actually something you just brought up. So, okay, hold on. I specifically said that this dude did jump when I knew him in 2005. Said I didn't know anything about him. I'm doing really well overall. I'm doing good overall. Thank you. Eyes don't lie. Is it? Yeah, eyes don't lie. I think that's what it is. My eyes are lying. But overall, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. That there's people that are more upset about me saying that, really, okay, than about the video I did, than having somebody say that the dude was weak in jail, or the fact that the press or people found out that he was a captain. Like that they report that in the media. But Capici's been doing that for a long time. Anyway, and by the way, little side note, mob guys, Italian guys, New York guys in jail love Jerry Capici Gangland. I never really understood that. I mean, they just couldn't get enough of it, for real. Couldn't get enough of that. Okay, here we go, Nikki Barnes. How credible could you possibly be, Miss Russell, considering the amount of drugs you're doing? YouTube has a new policy. Lies don't get monetized. It's a shame how bad you've fallen over the years. Nikki Barnes. The amount of drugs I'm doing, nice. Okay, so this is what happens when people really can't throw it out. They bring up drugs, they bring up marriage, a failed marriage, they bring up stuff like that. I am unabashedly not ashamed of my addiction issues. I have caused a lot of damage, a lot of pain, but as far as, let me rephrase that. As far as saying that I'm an addict, and I'm doing great right now, thank you. But I understand that it upsets people when myths get shattered. And for sure, by the way, Mikey, my wife, I said I liked him. I said I liked him a lot. We weren't friends, like close friends. We were Babanya brothers. Okay, let's get that clear. We're Babanya brothers. Um, so, and there's a whole bunch of dudes that were in J-Bach that were Babanya brothers. Do you know, if you guys understood behind the scenes the amount of text messages I've got, dudes laughing that were there, I can get people on here and like just do a whole Babanya Brothers show, the Babanya Mafia. You know what I mean? And do one about them. Again, it was as simple as this. I saw Mikey, a picture. I saw that they said he was a captain. And within seconds, I read a comment. Somebody called me a junkie. That's the spark. I will not. I am transparent as they come. That's what happened. And when I did it, I said, "Oh man, I like this dude. I can care less that he's a godfather, mob father, capo. I can care less about what's I'm talking about on a personal level." But then I was like, "Hey, in the interview I did with so and so, wasn't that brought up? Or in the video I did with such and such, wasn't that brought up?" And I went back, and as soon as it was said, I was like, "Okay, it's already been out there." That's the truth. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that I wouldn't have done it had I not found that it was already out there. By the way, there's people in the comment section that said that's old news. It's already out there. People that were in Lewisburg, Jack Menino turned rat, was there the whole time. It was known on the yard. Now we can get into the area about what happens in prison stays in prison. There's that argument to be made. There's an argument to be made about that. I am and have always been and was doing it in prison, writing in general population, writing articles about what was going on in prison. Not in a way to rat on people or to get something stopped, because I always wrote about after the fact, okay? Staff know everything. People in prison know everything. This was public knowledge within prison, even on the down low as people try to keep it in the mob. My point has always been, perfect example, Jeff Canarsie. Some of you guys, some of the fanboys' favorite channel. Jeff Canarsie goes on and tells me, I'm doing shit. Sorry. Doing a live. Jeff Canarsie goes on, and I got to stop doing that. Jeff goes on and says that I know nothing about the mob. Mob guys wouldn't talk to me because I'm a junkie. Do you know how bad that made me laugh? Knowing all the guys that are junked out, that all the guys from the mob, that's how this all came about, okay? So this is nothing new. That I used him, he's a capo of the crime family, allegedly. Let's forget allegedly, okay? Those days are over. He can weather the storm. Big boy. Happened a long time ago. I don't know nothing about his personal stuff, although people are saying that he had a problem in the comment section for a long time, but whatever. That's not here. I've got problems too. I just happen to be looking at them right this second. Except for food. Except for food. Probably 12 pounds last month. Hey, Rod Inger, what's up? Any updates on TK? No, there's not. Haven't heard anything, to be honest. Okay, I'm waiting for another one. But anyway, so he has from the South. Okay, he was from the South. You did a video on him a couple years ago, and he went back to prison. What are you talking about, real quick? I forgot, bro. I honestly forgot which one you're talking about right now. Oh, it's okay. No. J-Rock, I hear you. I hear you. What's up, Ken? Spirit of New Orleans. This is what it comes down to. Do you know that I have? Well, there's a couple people. few people, but usually it's a liar, right? Hadn't been said much this time. Hadn't been said because it's been, like I said, it's backed up in prison. And again, man, yeah, my biggest, I said it, there's no need to keep going. I said it, my biggest concern or regret is in case there was a new girl or new whatever. Um, is Danny Fama a boss? I have no idea. I don't know. I was gonna do something on Dan. Okay, that was been talked about before too. I just don't like things. Okay, Odin, just yesterday, after I did that video, I pushed the YouTube thing, so I don't subscribe to his channel. But because I looked at the video he did about Mike in the past, he came up and he was doing a live. And I watched that live for about 10 minutes and I found out about the crypto thing. I think it's genius. So for whatever I've said and whatever I said yesterday about Dom, I said he had a good channel. I said how I felt about other things. Guy's smart, appears to have big money, I think. So whatever, you know. And for a broke dude, a broke 55-year-old right now, it is. Yeah, Rob always knew in the back of my mind he'd find a way to weasel out of that life sentence. Rob always knew in the back of his mind he'd find a way to weasel out of that life sentence. He wasn't even tripping. I always knew that I'd get out. Yes. Yes, I did. I always knew that I'd get out. Kidding. It's okay. Look it. I do I do I run a platform where people can vent and say whatever they want. Rob, this is sad attempt to recover your channel. Laughable. Zio, you're laughable. Do you know how many subs I got off that video yesterday alone? A sad way to recover it. So if that's what you're trying to refer to, yeah, I got over 100 subs off that video. That wasn't my intent. You know what the biggest shocker was? Is the one I did about my bro Kenny who did with the cops. I didn't expect this to get this video took off yesterday. I didn't expect that. I expected about 2,000 views. You know what I mean? That's what I expected. Damn sure didn't expect not to get monetized. That sucked. Donate to the channel, please, for missing us because I didn't get paid yesterday. Anyway, sad attempt, whatever. You need to watch more YouTube videos about what a Genovese capital is supposed to be because you obviously do not know. These mafia people like us fanboy. They like the fanboy. Oh, they like the fanboys. I think that, yeah. Okay, big fella, here we go. If you're so confident in yourself and you're addiction, then why bash someone just because of a comment? Sounds like you're thin-skinned when your drug abuse is mentioned. You know, that's actually a valid point. The thing is, I am a YouTube content creator, so my mind thinks in YouTube content creation. That's full disclosure. Full disclosure, bro. Every time I watch a crime show, every time I turn on a mob channel, it's all about content. Any YouTube creator will tell you that. That's what it comes down to. And obviously, and here's another thing. I come from a perspective that I'm not from the East Coast. I am a white guy who was involved in prison politics outside of the mafia, never cared about it. And when I look at these people who do mob history channels that don't know anybody, fantasized about meeting them maybe, fantasized about what their lives would be like, makes me kind of smile. A little bit inside, but not outright laugh. Because the myth that so many people believe. I just busted another myth by doing the video, to be honest, about for some people. Hey, listen. Don't you want to know who your family members are? Honestly. Okay, look at Adolf Hitler. Country voted for him. Do you think they would have voted for him if he was all spun out? They knew he was all spun out on meth or speed, whatever the pills he was doing? Maybe, probably not. Would you want your boss to comment if you were in a gang that wasn't supposed to be in drugs? Wouldn't you want to know if your boss was able to overcome it or whatever? You know, I don't want to say that. That's too bold. That's too much. Or they'll get more content off me. Or they'll get more self-sabotaging. Don't change. Self-sabotaging. Um, I said, I was very clear, Zio. If you need to come on and vent, you can. So you're venting. Go for it. Okay? I'm hugging you. Okay? A big hug for you. Big hug for Zio. Everybody, big hug for Zio. He needs it tonight. Yes, he's a fact. Come on, I know that, but he needs to vent. Look at, I'm shattering his myth. Oh my God. And then somebody was in there. I almost said Lucchese, Genovese. Genovese, or did they say the Genovese are like the cream of the crop or whatever? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter if I hung out with Carmine. No one knows him like Jeff. You're right. You guys are fraud. Okay. Oh, Viper. That video was a bad move. You put a bullseye on your head. Was it 17 threats from the mafia? Mob attorneys. I had a mob attorney call me and tell me that he couldn't help it. If somebody came to Arkansas and put a bullet in my head, a mob attorney said that to me. Made me laugh. They're not coming here. A bullseye on my head. Please. Please. Stop it. Stop it. Or you bald-headed junk box. I heard your ex is dating the guy, Michael, you're talking about. Lester, you're a moron too. You have no idea where the relationship is with me. No idea. Moron. Moron. God, I wish I could say something. I wish. I promise. I wish. This is what they do. People, let's go back to this one. Let's go back to Lester. Lester needed a vent. You bald-headed junk box. I heard your ex is dating the guy, Michael, you were talking about. Big hug for Lester. Lester got hurt yesterday. I shattered Lester's illusion. I shattered your illusion of love. I shattered your illusion, bro. Are you a soldier under Mikey? You might be a soldier under Mikey. Okay. I should. Damn it. This is a bullseye from rats. Okay. Okay, let's go, Zio. No, sure, Rob is one bad mouthing a guy to create content out of desperation. Keep listening to the junk bot. Another big hug for Leo. Zio. Another big hug. Dude, their fantasy, they let Sammy the Bull live. They let Michael Francesi still live. They let Dom. Come on, dude. You think I give a rat's ass? Seriously? I like Mikey. I love my wife, okay? I like, we were Pavani bros back in the days. I don't know him. I don't know nothing about him. I hope he's doing well. If not, whatever. 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 When I first got out, I used to make mob fanboys rethink life when I tell them how weak the mob and the feds really were. This guy was there with me the whole time, people. This guy knows that John Jr. got a table taken away from him. Did he get punched in the face too? That's what I'm going to talk to you about, because I'm going to do something on that. John Jr. And mob fanboys still love him too. Queen for the day, brief debrief. Yes, I made, okay, John. Okay, John, let's all say what John's doing. John is giving me a teachable moment for me from John. You must be half Medigan. You aren't Italian, definitely not from the East Coast. No, I'm from California. So right where I live right now in this town. Hartford with an A. Hartford. Okay? Hartford, Arkansas. Huge Italian population of coal miners. That's where I descend from right here in this town. Third generation. Italian. Ate polenta. All the food that you guys ate, we ate. My other relatives, San Francisco. East Coast Italian. The ones out there aren't junks. They're not on junk. A lot of the Italians out there are. These are the same people who contract angelitis. Maddie, I respect that comment. Rob, you should have thought this one through. Horrible move. I respect your comment. Robert Wasso, you should have known better. The Italian criminals are some of the people, criminals is all some of these people got. When you took that, they broke their soul. John, great question. No, not really a great question. I told you guys, so East Coast Italians, you guys are sheltered on that coast. You don't understand the Italian spread throughout the United States, do you? You don't understand how many are in Ohio. You don't understand that there's Italians, Little Italy. There's a place in this town, Little Italy it's called. You don't understand that because you guys are stuck on the East Coast. Dude, I'm glad I'm not on the East Coast. I don't want to smell my neighbor's farts. I used to smell my celly's farts. I love it out here. I love it out here. I didn't know Paul. I didn't know him. Where, in your opinion, is the best prison for a white guy? Where would be the worst? Wow. Washington County Detention Center. Best for a white guy. It's all white. White guys don't sleep on the floor. I couldn't believe the amount of African Americans on the floor there. It was crazy. I don't think I can answer that. Like, what's best for a white guy? What's worse for a white guy? So even in Arkansas, when I was down there, it was like 88% black at that unit. But it's what you make of it. It's how you do. It's how you conduct yourself and deal with yourself in prison, and don't show fear. My room looks smoky. It's because there's a light bulb right here. So I put there's a light bulb without a shade that I use. People got the idea, mob guys. Yeah. Okay. At Raybrook, my buddy and me joked we were going to start a beef with Gotti just to get paid off after watching him buy the Italians out of a couple of beefs. And sadly, they used to use, like I did a story, Bobby Manning. He got gamed by his own people. Good New York Italian junkie. Okay. Big Lou created a story so Bobby Manning would pay people that he owed money. It was a total scam. That's true. And that's happened numerous times, man. I know so many Italian dudes that got by Italian dudes that do junk running scams. So many of them. So many of them. Odin. Me and this dude are friends now. I'll tell you what it was over. It was over Benny Giarratano putting out that, what's the dude Benny Giarratano's calling a rat that's like a mob boss or a mob something. What was he calling? I forgot the guy's name. If you guys remember the Benny Giarratano stuff, Benny was calling all kinds of mob guys rats. That's when I got the threats. That's when I got the threats. But me and this guy actually has helped me since then. I will say this, and I'm not going to say anymore. He had a YouTube channel. Gonna have to rent a horse to find Rosso's. No, Dylan, it's just not. It's you can't come down here. Well, you can, but it's. I was outside the other day even, and Sebastian County Sheriff stopped by, and somebody stole a trailer, meth heads or something, stole somebody's trailer. And they were going by and looking at everybody's cameras. It's the country, it's the people that are all from here. You can't come down here without phones ringing and people know. You can't. You just can't. It's just what it is. Yeah, I know. I had to come back and do this one because I was getting, even from good subs, so it is what it is. And like I said, I will let people speak. That's what this is all about. And what happens is a lot of times I get stuck on one thing. So like I get stuck on the AV stuff. I get stuck on this. I get stuck on that. I don't want to get stuck on this. This was I did not expect this. I did not expect the amount of views yesterday. I swear to God I didn't. Then I was mad in hell that it didn't get monetized, to be honest. Subs are over 100. it depends on the video. So the channel is growing. I mean, for somebody that's done what I've done with it, you know, but whatever. Okay. Rob, you know what a fact? Nobody will remember the video you posted, but the community will remember how you turned into the type of content creator you once bashed. Am I wrong? What did I once bash, Maddie? Tell me. But beyond, seriously, what did I bash? This is what Robert Rosso has always said. Go back to the beginning. Anything that was knowledge in prison, I put on YouTube. I'm going to repeat. Anything that was knowledge within the prison system, I have no problem putting on YouTube. You can call me a rat if you want. Where's the convictions? I took a life sentence for everybody, for 20 people. Nobody got it, went down. I've always said that. I was doing writing for Vice while incarcerated. There was people that weren't happy. Didn't bust a grape. Didn't bust a grape. So tell me what kind of content creator I was talking about. If you're saying a rat, where's the convictions? If you're saying putting people's business out there, I tell you, if it was knowledge within the prison system, no problem. No problem. No problem. Unless you're referring to that what? Hey, Bullseye, yeah, see kick fix, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Zia, there you go, you hit it. I wish I can say something to you right now. I wish I could. You morons. You complete morons. There's a photo of me. I wonder who took it. Damn, Rob, all the mob cheerleaders are here watching your business. Must be down. Yeah, right. Right. Thank you. Look at this. Hey, so this guy was in Lewisburg longer than me, anti-drug guy. Anti-drug and even disgusted by me sometimes. I didn't use a lot in Lewisburg until the end, to be honest. That's because of cancer and stuff. But they don't get it. They don't want to believe that. I'm probably going to go ahead and come out with the rest of the list from J Block because I'm getting egged on. Maybe I'm going to do the rest. I might do the Babanya block. Matter of fact, you know what? Stop for a second. Members of the Cosa Nostra, Mafia. More of you guys do junk than not nowadays. No, okay, stop. I'm sorry. Drugs. Also, there's just discrimination when it comes to drugs. A lot of people on the East Coast, they think that when somebody mentions the word age, it's trendy in white kid circles in Texas to snort fentanyl and to snort heroin. They look at it like we looked at cocaine. But these people on the East Coast in New York, they can't get that mindset off. Probably because there was a lot of junk there once upon. I don't know, the streets. They saw the streets full of people. I get why. But other places, a lot of other places don't see the same. It's worse because that can kill you. So I'm not trying to say, listen, let me stop and correct myself. My point when people were talking, somebody said something about you're not talking about somebody blowing a few lines of blow, you're talking about somebody doing jump. That was hardcore East Coast mentality. Meaning, again, and I look at all, because I was with a bunch of young white kids, all going to get 20 years plus for fentanyl. They were rich kids. They didn't do coke because that's not in fashion. Fentanyl's in fashion, sadly. Man, it's terrible, but it's sadly. So, like, they wouldn't even get what you guys are trying to say. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, the discrimination on drugs. A drug is a drug is a drug. But people just trip. Anyway, Steven said, hey, y'all, what have I dropped into? Special guest appearance. What's up, Joe? Oh, okay, here we go. Zio, let's just wondering, how is your channel going? How many years you do? How many mob guys you're around? Asking for. Tommy, that was good. That was good. Doug, no. Benny Berchon, somebody said he was out of prison. He's not out of prison. He's in FCI Lewisburg, where we were with the Babani block, J block, the mob guys from New York, the Babani brothers, down in J block. That's where he's at now. I don't know if he's in J block. I don't know, but that's where he's at. And I believe he will call me soon. Tommy, what's up? Brandon E, thank you, bro. Good to see you. Okay, and he's got. You know what? You know why I didn't do a live last night? Because last night I was I would have I would have blown up because nothing to do with YouTube lawsuit kind of stuff, really. Stay frosty, Rob. Right on. Thanks, Stephen. Doug Rob. Doing a long stretch. Right on. Stick to the subject. And you brought it up. I just asked about him. Okay, no problem. Rob doesn't lie on people's names. Benny Giarratano said that half of the mob guys get to Fort Dix and get punched in the face. So that's another thing. So the guys, a lot of the mob guys, their dream was to go to Otisville. It's now a sex offender spot, I think. But it's like, that's their place. Well, again, that's around their home stuff. But those are all like super soft joints. Lewisburg had its time for sure. Lewisburg did, so that wasn't, yeah, they are. Yeah, all the mob guys, them dudes are glazing, are model inmates inside. They are model inmates inside. Damn near on bunk restriction. Okay, here we go, Zio. Yeah, so they gotta get they gotta go to crazy place. Oh, Javier, that's what I was gonna do a live about. I wanted to do this live last night, but I would have lost it. I would have lost it. And I wanted to do this whole El Salvador thing. So let me say, Rob, what do you think about El Salvador prison? It's like ADX in reverse. ADX is quiet and isolated. El Salvador's population, yes. So I think okay. Let's put this in context. El Salvador had some serious problems. Gangs were running the country, like the mob used to run New York and cause problems, but yet people are idolizing them. People that were. It's Stockholm syndrome. So a lot of the people in New York do have Stockholm syndrome, okay? They were like terrorized by mobsters, and then they want to be fanboys of, okay, I'm playing. But here's the deal. They do have Stockholm syndrome. I think the president came in, no nonsense, lock them up. Everything's going better over there. What sucks is that's inhumane as hell. I think it's effed up. They keep these people in their bunks with no mattresses, with a sheet. And there's people in our country. I watched Fox News the other day. I watched poor old Ainsley, bless her heart, say that we need prisons like that near. It's exactly what I talked about a couple weeks ago when I brought up this subject. What's going to happen? This won't happen in the United States. I just can't see it. But people will start wanting to inflict punishment upon people in prison rather than just understand that the sentence and the punishment is the sentence. The punishment should not be what happens inside of prisons. I think that well, they tried this, what is in the Philippines, where they started killing all drug dealers, but that didn't really work out for it too well. I was going to say, I think it's more humane just to line them up and shoot them than send them in prison like that. And I do believe there's going to come a time. They're saying they're indefinite. Some are going to stay in there. I think that what's going to happen, as far as the El Salvadorians, okay, as far as El Salvadorians, there's going to be a liberal party come in, and then they're going to let them out or something. I think something like that will happen probably. In regards to the United States, the Trump administration wanting to send homegrown criminals Now this is, I don't know if you guys watch the news much. They want to send homegrown criminals over there, okay? People are saying that the Constitution, I've read scholars, I've read lawyers, I've really researched the subject. Because it's against the Eighth Amendment. They have to have family visits. The Supreme Court said this or that. Okay, so if you label domestic terrorists, such as gangs, such as all these white prison gangs, or if you look at what's happening with the Adam Walsh Act and the sex offenders, they are being held after their sentences. It's called civil commitments. Can they then classify Clarence Thomas in the dissenting opinion of the Adam Walsh Act? He laid it out so well. I read that opinion, the whole thing. He laid it out so perfectly. That statute, the Adam Walsh Act, which now holds sex offenders or can hold sex offenders, they have to meet 3 criteria. They can hold them indefinitely without sentence. All they have to do, that started off military prisoners that were insane. Then it went from the criminally insane, then it grew and grew. Thomas did a brilliant job on that opinion. What happens when you turn it from sex offender to gang member, or from sex offender to drug dealer, or from sex offender to domestic terrorist? That's the stuff to watch out for. So I think that El Salvador prison is a nightmare for a multitude of reasons. That's what I think. Okay, so Doug, did I fuck up Giordano's name? It's okay. No, it's okay if you did. Maddie, Rob, I will produce video. I'm good at these things, man. You should. Like produce a good video. Okay, I'm a little lost on that one. Okay, you're only erratic in the game, and 99% of the people he cheats, Justin. Okay. Greetings from London, World Cup Willie. The Truth, what's up? Montauk, what's up? What's up? Wow, The Truth. How many times did a prisoner try to smuggle in drugs via stomach and crap? Okay, I know Brad Hart did. I know like 3 people. I'm sure it's happened a lot more, but I know like 3 people, okay, that I've actually known in my lifetime. Yeah, Maddie. Johnny Leonard, what's up? Yo, what's your opinion on drug sentence? What's your opinion on drug sentence for dealing? Kenneth. I believe that nothing over 10 years. For dealing drugs, so it's almost, it's a waste. I was never for legalization. The fentanyl screwed all that up, of course, but the biggest drug dealers is our government. It's everybody else is just getting abused, getting used. We're part of the drug dealers are part of the economic engine. So you build prisons in an impoverished area, Big Sandy, Butner, and some of those were like Big Sandy used to be a coal industry. They lost the coal mines, then they built a prison. They used people for job growth and for economic purposes. So when it comes to drug dealing, sentence drug dealing, I don't think. Okay, first of all, I don't think it should be over 10 years. 10 years is a super long time. Understand this, people. I've said this many times. When I first started going to prison, I got busted in 1989 and went to LA County Jail System in 1990. Guys were getting 10 years for murder. Crying, in tears. You're going to do 5.5 years. 5.5 years. Strong arm robbery, 7.5 years. I remember one guy, blue trial, got 20 years for an armed robbery. He's going to do 10 years. Devastated. Families, blacks, Hispanics, crying in the courtroom, people getting 10 years. Going to do 5. Now you do. When people say 10 years, and I'm included in this. Who did I talk to? Oh, I talked to a guy last night. That's in prison. When I used to think of people at 10 years, I said they had county jail bids. I can do that on the shitter. That's sick. 10 years is a long time. Obviously, our system doesn't work. Obviously, you can give everybody life sentences to do what happened in the crack laws. It doesn't work. It's not working. All it does is people just replace it. I've seen government officials tout that the crack laws worked. They didn't work. What happened with the cocaine, with crack included, was that the DA, Bob Bonner, this was in July 2010, Foreign Affairs magazine. It was a spring issue, 2010. Bragged, he was the administrator in the DEA in Colombia, bragged that they followed the money trail to bust the Cali and the Medellin cartels. It took them 10 years. So they let drugs go in. They actually used a bunch of Colombians. They were a bunch of rats too. A bunch of Colombians used a bunch of Colombians to sell their drugs and followed the money back to the cartels. And then with the gold ultimately, bullshit. They didn't want it. They didn't want out of Colombia. They have intelligence operations all over the world. The DEA's intelligence, forget about drugs, they're intelligence operations. That's what they are. They gather other kinds of intelligence. So if we're being honest about it, how many people died? How many daughters turned into crack whores? How many mothers lost their lives? How many mothers lost sons? How many people went down because of the crack law? Because the government let drugs into the country. So then you want to give people harsh sentences for selling the drugs that the government allows to come in? That's all crap. You know, that's where I'm coming from. So it's hard. It's really difficult, and I appreciate the question. It's super difficult. Told an underboss right on the range that if he was a punk, the mob was a joke, and the only people scared of them were okay. Told an underboss right on the range that he was a punk. The mob was a joke, and the only people scared of them were their friends when invited over for post. And he went in his cell and closed the door. This guy right here, people, I wish you guys knew him. I wish you guys know him. And that is not uncommon in prison, as you might think. I'm not saying to come right out, call somebody a punk and say that. Most want no problems, and that's okay. I know some good ones, and I will go back to Carmine being a real man. He was a real man. May your Narcan expire. Zio needs a hug. Zio needs a big, big hug. Bad day for Zio. I mean, the last 2 days have been devastating for this guy. I mean, he's bruised right now. Another big hug for Zio. Okay, Trump floated the idea of sending American prisoners out of the country. Hey, I'm telling you, look, what I just said, maybe I'm ahead of the game. Rob, any joint is doing time. If you're in GP, you're doing hard time. I don't give a fuck where you are. Hey, this is a good point, too. Hey, look, Chino minimum. So level 1, Chino yard. Dude, there were stabbings all the time. They closed the swimming pool down right before I got there because they were drowning people in the pool. So, yeah, you're right. Doing time is doing time. Absolutely. It is. Oh, does Chad say that? Yeah, I can see Chad saying that too because he's a legal beagle, you know. Kenneth, okay. So I'll say this many times, people that have known this channel. I'm going to give an example. So Jojo Russo, the way it works is, it's not like, okay, so I know Junior Bradley, Eddie Cox. These are Kansas City mob guys. Bobby Manna, never even brought this up. Never even thought about this until now. I know they used to give commissary to one of the leaders of the Crips every month. Every month. Bobby Manna did too. But he didn't consider it being extorted. That wasn't what that it was. He was taking care of the kid. Okay. So then Jojo Russo, for example, he came to me and wanted to back the Dirty White Boys ticket, to do a bunch of different other things too. Wanted to use his money, but then he would have protection from a white prison gang, right? He ultimately hired 3 goons, Big Nicky, Adam, and Red. Sent money, they did full draw commissary. So Jojo, everybody knew Jojo had some goons, stuff like that. Now, John Gotti pays for the Aryan Brotherhood. We can get all into that. Arguably, I can see both sides. Was he paying for protection, or did he own a white prison gang? We can look at it both ways. Okay, we can look at it both ways. Russell, it's not the USA. They're deported back to their own country because they are illegal immigrants. Why is this so hard for liberal Democrats to understand? So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what the Democrat Party. Did you see the White House press briefing just an hour ago at 4 o'clock? That guy in El Salvador, the husband in El Salvador from Maryland, the good guy, dude, they came out. The wife filed reports on him for beating her up twice. They had restraining orders on the dude. And when he got busted, he was with 2 other MS-13 members, and he had he was wearing some stuff that the MS-13 guys did. Dude, I was laughing my ass off because they waited for that senator or whatever that was, it the senator, to go down there from Maryland to go down there, and then they pulled it to death. The dude looks like a jackass, but the Democratic apparatus will cover for him somehow, and that is Hollywood, predominantly Hollywood, the media, and it's true. Agnostic. Let Zio vent. He's had a bad couple days, people. Let him go. Really, we should pray for people like this. Pray for them. Let's all say a prayer for Lord, please help Zio through these difficult times in mob fanboy history. Getting crushed day after day. The last 2 days, it's been difficult for him. Amen. Okay, so anyway, why is it so hard to believe the mob guy could develop a habit on the gays? Steven Sanderson. It's not that they can't. It's how they portray people that do use drugs, and they use drugs. Gee, there's no doubt those dudes were calling me like a junkie and stuff behind my back. There's no, as I was copping dope for them. You think that I don't know that? You think that we cared? No. See, there's a difference too. When somebody calls somebody a junkie when I say East Coast, I'm really talking about the people that are all embedded and that were involved, or the organized crime infected their lives, or whatever you want to say. That's what I'm really talking about. I don't care if you call me a junkie. It's better for the algorithm. Well, it was better on the website algorithm. I don't know about YouTube. I used it in an article one time, and I got a bunch of traction. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but the concept is different. You guys look at people with like needles in their arms sleeping in gutters. Heroin use in prison isn't like that. You see people in heroin in prison, they're going, it's almost like a speed. They're so happy to get, it's different. You're not going like this and all. That's not what happens. That's not how prison. I mean, if you got the sack and I'm not going to do that. There's some, but very, very few. Everybody's wound up, man. It's different. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just trying to make state an opinion. But that's what it comes down to. It's not that they're closet dope fiends. You know what they say about sunlight? Let the rays in to expose the truth. I want to hear stories about bags smuggled in exploding in stomachs. The truth. So, I don't think I'd take the risk. Okay, what's this one? What kind of game do you think the prisoners play? Being that oh, shit, they have to sit on their bunks, man. They're doing nothing from what it sounds like. Spirit of New Orleans, so is it just sex offenders or is it more people? Is it more? I'm missing that. Greg, what's up? Good to see you. Ken Bub's name on U.S. citizen is servant. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're okay. You're getting on it. Agnostic, you believe this, coach. Zio, poor Zio. Spirit of New Orleans, I bet people are smoking drugs and being agnostic. Not at all. Danny, Does dishes. Good evening. Oh, well, doing really good. There's some people in here that aren't. Trump may end up in Salvador after his next round of felony convictions. No, he's not. No, he's not. Rob, these three guys who have bags of drugs explode in their stomach, did they make it out alive? Yes, Brad did. Yes, 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 yes. All three of them that I knew did. All three of them that I knew. So I remember, like, I didn't know the people, but like I was in Leavenworth where somebody died that way. Yeah, but Brad almost did. He was in a coma for a while. That happened in El Reno. I wasn't there, but I knew Brad well. Vaccines cause cancer. Agnostic. Montauk. Buried in New Orleans. Plastic bag containing the dope inside the intestines causing perforations. Pharmaceutical plastic bag is bad. Agreed. U.S. government, the real mafia. Yeah. What happened to your first cellmate in Leavenworth? Is he still inside? Huh, Justin. When you say first cellmate, are you talking about Yogi or Tommy Rutledge? Because I was with Yogi in 250 for like a week, and then I lived in 111 and be lower by myself for a minute, and then Tommy Rutledge came out. Okay. This is a guy who came from a good family that didn't even belong rubbing elbows with criminals. Now he's an expert. Give me a break. You're just a guy who tried to be some. He was not. I was from a good family, sure. Statistically, I should have never been in prison. You're absolutely right. I was from a upper middle class upbringing, living in a lower middle class neighborhood. I was a surfer. I dealt drugs and never had any violence due to drugs. None. Guns were for losers. We didn't have guns. Why would you go deal drugs with somebody who's going to kill you? I was like a friendly neighborhood drug dealer. That's what I was. Then I was a friendly neighborhood drug trafficker. Back here, no problems. Never had any issues over drugs. I had people that didn't pay me. I gave it to them. I fronted it to them. I didn't even ask for the money. Just didn't deal with them again. Went to prison. And then I spent most of my adult life in prison. You don't think I'm a prison expert, you jerk off? I was around all these people that you want to blow. Sadly, I'm a prison expert. Sadly, I'm a mafia expert. Sadly, I'm a gang expert and a former gang member, not only a member, but a leader. Sadly, I'm a jerk off. Okay? Now I get to talk about jerk offs. Okay? That specifically some mob guys that get high. Any questions? Exhausted. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Dominic. I just want to say hello. Dominic, you got a great channel, bro. Go ahead and piss everybody off. And maybe we'll do a show about the Babanya brothers in Lewisburg sometime. Just kidding. Yeah. An inmate used as a drug has a plastic slit through his intestines, colon cavities, undergrade. An inmate used as a drug has plastic sliding through his intestinal and colon cavities on a regular basis. Ooh, Gianni. Okay. Great comment. I have said repeatedly now and at the beginning of the show exactly how it all transpired. It took me 2 days to do the show. It was already said before. It was already done. It's already been done. I was going to say where it was done. I don't want you guys to go look through my old videos because it helps me make money. That's the truth from a business perspective. It's been done. It's been said. We said it before. It was talked about before. Because his picture came up, somebody wrote a comment. I was like, oh man, because I like him. He's the captain of a mob family, according to reports. How come that's okay that that's being reported on and they don't go get the reporter that do that? How come Dom can call him a punk in prison and nothing's happened to him, and then people want to criticize me for saying he did junk in prison just because the stereotype that junk has in New York? I'm okay with it. Anybody, any public knowledge in prison, and it was public knowledge, I will put on YouTube. There's some things I won't. My biggest concern was that he was in a new relationship, and I call Mike into my wife. That's the only regret. That's the only regret because yeah, that's the only regret. I did like Hippie. We was not a friend. We're Babanya brothers, but that's just. But Gianni, I'm going to put this up here one more time. You deserve that comment, and you deserve to say that. Okay, I'm not even mad at you for that, for real. Sell his mother out for clicks. Speaking of my mom, speaking of mom, hold on. Yeah, most of the drug visits are done via iPad. No, okay. No drugs, no law enforcement jobs. Yeah, that's right. In the can. Okay. They should bring back conscription in the UK and the US, legalize drugs of war. Yep, that's a really good comment. The Zionist. Yeah, he did all of Dominic's. Yes, yeah, he did. And all of Dominic's fans are upset with him. Upset with who? The truth doesn't care. The truth doesn't always be. Rob, I hope your channel has the same success as your marriage. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to thank you. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Everybody in Mule Creek has their butt filled with contraband. Benny is in Lewisburg. Robert Rosso has been a class act of the truth. Probably because the truth isn't a fan of. Oh, and just a wee side note, the mob. Kick Cali. Like I said, people have their guys on bunk restriction. They never stopped. Yeah. Rob was real deal inside, never took shit from no one, brother. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sammy show. They're moving of Anna from Sammy show to Dom's show. Okay. The view of these guys is much mixture between sports heroes and cat. Wow. You're right. The mob is shaking at Benny getting out. And the father he never had. Just a wee side note. Okay, hold on. Just a wee side note. Weren't the five families responsible for bringing 90% of the heroin coming? Yes. Greg DePalma was strung out. Greg DePalma was a pillhead. I mean, I know that. They've admitted that. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, so this is what I want to say. There's more guys that have used drugs in the mob than there's not now. For sure. They should hold emergency meetings, the five families, the commission. Everybody should hold meetings. Hippie should become the boss, the Babanya boss for the Genovese family. Danny for the Colombo family. Frankie DiPietro for the Casey family. The Babanya bosses. Now that should be the new five family. No more dealing drugs in secret. No more calling people junkies. The Babanya bosses. I'm all for it. I'm down for it. Okay. That's what it is. I was not locked up with Teddy, Joey. Carmine worships the guy, okay? I got friends that didn't like him. I don't know him. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that to Carmine. Yesterday, Nick Roman told the truth that the post is really want to be there. Okay. There's always two sides of the coin, Justin. Benny, get up here, brother. We need an injection of the truth. Some other podcast said some shit. Oh, okay. The news is nothing but liberal lies. Nick Rowena lost his mojo. Spirit of New Orleans, thank you. Just, okay. Ross, yeah, obviously, okay. I've never seen an episode of The Sopranos in my life. Not one. Not one. Why? I was living with them in prison. What? I didn't have to watch fantasy. I watched them in prison. Rob never badmouthed no one. He told, thanks, Doug. I just repeated this a million times. It's not bullshit. It's 100% fact. The hippie thing's a fact. Oh, okay. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Oh, shit. What just happened? I just pushed a bunch of stuff and something happened. Oh, okay. It's fixed. It's fixed. Damn. Oh, but I lost. Shit. I lost. Oh, wow. I'm way back. Okay. No, that's where I'm at. Yesterday, I told the truth that the post of stuff. Okay, hold on. He put thank you at the end. There's always two sides. Okay, there's nothing. Okay, spirit. Damn it. Okay, there it is. I never watched The Sopranos. Rob, you never badmouth nobody. What's the purpose of doing the video? Okay, that's where I was. Rob's reaction, the truth of Eric. Okay. Okay. The mob guys in F Block were so scary that people used to take their food out of their microwave. Oh, man. Damn it. Damn it. They did. They did. Took the food out of the microwave and threw away the sauce that was being made for 3 hours. Poor Joe Monty. Poor Joe Monty. And fucking Rob. With Team Ryan. So look, so you're talking, why do people talk about the mob guys online every show? So look, so there's a lot of channels geared towards mob content only. I'm a prison channel and I'm talking about what happened to mob guys in prison. Yeah. Okay. Your sister lives in the same. One sister. I don't talk to one sister, but I talk to the rest. And yeah, we had a big family fallout for sure. So your point? And she doesn't. The one I talk to doesn't live here. By the way, I don't talk to her. So so whatever. So you guys want to hit me with the family stuff? Keep going about the Marta stuff, jerk off. Keep saying stuff about the Marta stuff. Go ahead, make fools of yourselves. Rob, you, Jimmy, Rubber, Calandra, and Chick all would be. Rob, you, Rubber, Jimmy, Rubber, Ed, Calandra, and Chick all would be great together. Huh, okay. Thank you. Agnostic, everybody, Agnostic and Zia need hugs. Okay? They're having a really bad time again. I'm going to say it again. Their argument doesn't, their argument isn't like, so what, Billy? Got to catch a lie. OJ, exactly. Rob should do IRL streaming. What's that? I don't even know what Billy acted like because of my drop. Rob, in defense of myself, I was calling you snitch when you were snitching on people during your first violation. I was snitching on people during my. Who was I snitching on my first violation? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. They called my PO. All those dudes were calling. They were telling. Talk about. They were trying. When you're trying to put people in prison on YouTube, that's rat moves. telling people that somebody did junk in 2005, and I don't know if he's a junkie today, and I don't care. He's a mob figure, people. I know that doesn't mean much nowadays, and it's almost comical. He's still a mob. He has a crew under him. Do they deserve to know the truth? I don't know. These people just want to see everyone convicted. You always tell the ones who have never met or spent time around the mob guys because they still idolize them. He always reads it off and pisses off the other pack. People develop time. Bah. Maybe someone is jealous. Professional. Jim Canarsie is a prison expert. Yeah. A frequent guest. Okay. Do they try to medicate guys in prison? Kenneth, I've seen them absolutely shoot people up with Thorazine. Butner, I mean, I've seen people, yeah, treated like gods in the joint. Look, if you're in Schuylkill, if you're in the East, if you're in Fort Dix, I'm sure maybe some are. Look, Carmine wasn't treated like a god, but he was treated with much respect. He had his own TV, the white TV basically. So, but he was a man. Dudes, there's no more Carmines. There's no more Carmine Persicos. No, there is. And that's the reason why he was worried about his son going to a real prison. Carmine was scared to death that his son was going to go to a real prison. Scared, terrified. Because white gang members might eat him alive. That's the God's honest truth, people. I watched the man scared that his mob boss son might go to prison around people like me. That's all there is to say. Yes, Greg. Kick it and rich guy. Yes. Yeah, I like them both. Todd, F off. I don't want to talk about it. They didn't die. No, I never did time with Larry. Never did. Oh my God, Mike, I just violated. I was just. Why would people say stuff like that to me? Why would you do that? I don't know. It's okay. You deserve your say. Best of luck. Thanks. I'm not going to watch The Sopranos. I watched the goofballs in prison. Oh, Kenneth. No, not like that. No. They don't medicate like that. No, I understand what you're saying. Anecdotal, Rob. Why should? Because I can back it up with facts. Because there's someone in the chat room right now that can back up everything I'm saying. Pretty much. When has anybody been able to call bullshit on me? Like literally get me? Or if I have said something, have I not come back and corrected or apologized? When? One time. I hope you never violate probation because you have to go back and face who? The mob guys? Yeah, come here. Excuse me, sir. Come here. Give me your commissary. Come here. Did you say a bad word to me? Come here for a second. Okay, Mr. Russell, get in my mouth. Just kidding. Oh, I would love it. So my mother for subs. No, but she better bring up. Okay. Speaking of, I got to call. I do got to call Lonnie. Oh. Hippie's going to an ass whooping on your ass. Yeah. Whole lot of American tattoos in his chat. Here's Rob showing love for his enemies. Surprise expression, embarrassment association. Bag of water up a shirt. Hippie is going to put an ass whooping on your ass. About them. When are you doing a video about what people are doing in the facility that you are and yours? When are you doing a video about what people are doing in the facility that you are in? You're a snitch, embrace it, snitchy, MC snitch. What? Look, I'm gonna put on the screen. Everybody, look on the screen. Look what this moron wrote. Can he write it correctly? What when you are doing a video about what people are doing in the facility that you are in, you're a snitch, embrace it, snitchy. Oh, I'm sorry, I read it wrong. My bad. I'm found there. Um, and nobody did nothing to Robert Ross, by the way. Thank you. I didn't tell him people I was talking about. Lay it in the water groaning. What's your take on DC Black's paperwork being legit? Mo, hold on. Are you're talking about the dude who runs the show? Uh, I have look. There's I know nothing bad about him. I know what people say, but so are you talking about are you talking about Eon specifically? That's what I'm not. Nikki Scarfo is respected. Okay, Donnie. And he was in Coleman. Okay, so he was in Butner. He this is the let me be clear. That's the Scarfo. I get it confused with them all, right? What time is it? Shit. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. When discovered, say you hit your head and don't know how long you've been on the floor. Okay. Um, so it's going to be a second before I can find yourself a quack and a shyster. Kika was nuts. Kika was way nuts. So he knew him too. And Prophet. His lawyer doubles as a YouTube show. A fair bit of what's being thrown around tonight. Those spat is. What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, you are. Is she okay? Okay, all right. So I'm doing a YouTube live right now. I just didn't know if you're bringing enchiladas or what. I'm doing a YouTube live. I just didn't know if you're bringing enchiladas in. Okay, okay. Tell her I hope she's okay. Okay. I love you. Bye. I'm sorry, guys. One of the benefits of being in federal prison is that you get to extort mob guys. You guys don't get it. You guys that don't know that. Nikki Scarpa, whatever. He did call Carmine rat. Thank you, Rob. I pulled your card and pulled your card. Okay, Zio. Zio, thank you for showing up. I hope you feel better. 2 Tylenols might help. 2 Tylenol, some wine, and some cheese will help, okay? Love you, buddy. Take care. Okay, wait. This good kid hippie they're talking about is a gangster, not a long-haired Boy Scout? Yes. Okay, okay. Um, so I know somebody who knows him good that speaks super, super highly of him. Me and him have talked a couple times. I've only seen him addressing it. I've never read it and all that other stuff. So to give you my honest opinion, I can say that a friend of mine who I consider a very good friend has big respect for him and talks highly of him. Okay, that's what I can say. I have not watched. I have not watched his show in probably a week. Okay, um, and that's just because I wasn't going to do the mob thing like this. I tell you that, but I had other content. And if I get stuck on watching, if they're talking about like ABs and stuff, and I just did a couple weeks of that, I was trying to get onto something new. So that's the reason I haven't. But I know somebody who backs his play as far as that goes. You know what I'm saying? She's not far and doing really well. Thank you for asking about us. Stupid. I would think these people would be more upset at Dominic for actually ratting instead of talking him up. I was going to say that, Spirit of New Orleans. I swear I was going to say that. I had a short planned about it earlier. In my world, if you call me a weak or a punk in the joint, which is what he said about hippie. I'd rather, those are fighting words. Call me a junkie? Come on, man. Come on. That's New York stuff. That's New York. People get offended about the junkie stuff. You know, that's just what it is. I was in Ray Book when KK got released from the hole. I really liked knives. Yeah. Yeah. The mob guys in prison, personal scarf work. Yes, I agree. John Gotti didn't get the same no. Yeah, yes. She's not bringing them. I'm pissed. She said earlier she was. And so I've been trying to diet for 2 days. And I've been doing, because you guys haven't noticed, I've gained like 12 pounds or something. Okay, there we go. We got Zio again. I thought that was all that you would say. Hold on. Robert, you're actually a massive jerk off. I've done dozens of shows, never covered or spoke about the mob. Or, I don't need, do you have a channel? Huh. Does Zio have, hold on, hold on, let's see. Zio, let me find out real quick. Let me just, I think I can do this pretty quick, right? So community, oh shit, I can't find it. I don't know what. Cryptonostra. uh, Zio, I thought we were done, pal. I thought you were done. You want to come back? You're welcome in this chat room anytime. I feel your pain. OG Mike. The like button shows video with your friends. That was good, Mike. Tommy. Who is Zio? Zio has a channel. Let's go look it up. The QAnon shaman with the crypto nostalgia. Rob, you are investing with, I don't even know what that means. Don't pay attention to that. Okay. Have you ever watched As the Key Turns? Yes. And I like As the Key Turns. I do like it. Okay. Here's Zio. I thought he was gone, but he's back. It's not a fake picture. That is Constantine. Huh. So Zio, somebody, this might be, you actually might be smart, Zio. Rob can become an influence for Dominic, get paid in crypto coins after installing a third-party tracking device and software. Zio, fanboys, quick question. If I didn't bring this up about hippie, and he was still using junk, then you're going to say that's impossible. Bullshit. You can hide it. You're still using junk. Would that be fair to the soldiers if he became the boss? Would it be fair to the family? It's just a question. I'm just asking a question. What I have said about that guy is public knowledge within the prison system. It has been talked about on my channel before. That he became a Capo. And I put it out there. Actually, I only feel bad about the Mike yell at my wife and just in case of a girl part. That's it. That's it. If a mob capo cannot handle me saying that he did junk, he does not need to be a mob capo. He needs to be a mob crybaby. Okay? Anybody. If you're telling me a captain of a mob family cannot handle me on YouTube saying that he did junk and it's going to cause him a problem, he's got bigger problems. Got bigger problems. And he's letting one of his old partners say he was a bitch in prison. Come on, man. It's like all these guys crying, the mom's going to do something to you. Sammy Bullshot. Mom's going to do something to you. Michael Francese. Mom's going to do something. Dominic. Mom's going to do something. All this Jerry Capisci, for Christ's sakes. They never done it. Come on. Stop. Stop it. Rudy, what's up, bro? No actual talent. No actual talent. Convicting. Destroying this. Breaking down stereotypes for junkies. Babanya brothers unite. Mafia, Babanya brothers. Unite, take over. Take over the mob. On that note, I'm going to go, you guys. I actually do have something to do. Legal work. Legal work. Thank you for showing up. Keep this up day after day. Shit, I'm not going to keep day after day. Tomorrow, I promise I will do something unrelated to the goofballs. Okay? Rob, did you see anyone get mummied or birthday? What? Okay, birthday cake. Oh, shit on? Like throw shit on? Okay, thank you. When I was hanging out with the chummos, no, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, that's what I was doing with the chummos. Goodbye. Take care.